Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Oh. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry! I was just...
Dash! Exclamation mark. Line!
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do?
Yes.
I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Deep blush.
I tell you one thing though. Yuri apologizing this much and then apologizing for apologizing. I have never identified with someone so much in my fucking life.
Yeah, I do it all the fucking time. It's like, dude, like, stop saying sorry. Sorry?
Yeah, fucking hell. Happens all the fucking time.
Yeah, fucking all the time.
It sounds like...
Yeah.
This should work, right?
I slide my desk until it's uppercase Yuri's pulsing thighs, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own
Sorry.
copy.
that was Yuri. You just burped.
Oh my god, man. Yuri needs to stop fucking eating falafel, that's fucking for sure.
It's the only time I've ever eaten falafel.
Never do it again.
Yeah, you were like, I will reward you with falafel for lead guitar playing. I'm like, this is Satan punishing me for being shit. And you're only just realising.
There is nothing wrong with falafel.
I've just never had it before.
God, why am I such a prick? Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching.
Mine and Zan's are
currently touching. It feels like my left arm's in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to fucking turn the page.
Here.
Oh.
Ooh.
And you think, oh hey, look, we can do that too. Oh look, it's James Brown's hand.
He's not as black as I remember. That sounds so fucking racist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But I'm comparing actual James Brown to our character.
Wait,
and then I
he's dead,
realised,
isn't he?
wait, that's a fair point. That's why Yuri's into him.
Oh my
He's
god,
a fucking ghost.
Fuck. Okay.
There's a paper heart on the wall.
Or pixelated mouse
Oh yeah.
with a circle.
Doki Doki Literature Club, sponsored by Dead Mouse.
And Tetris. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb, forefinger, and vagina. Oh! I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book.
And my vagina.
And my vagina. That way, I turn the page with my vagina, and Yuri slides it under her vagina after it flips to the side of the vagina.
How big is this fucking book?
How big is this fucking vagina? Jesus. But I'm holding it like this.
But in holding it like this.
But in fuck off. We're huddled, I'm so sorry. We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Boner. It's as if I can feel the warmth
Zan got
of
that boner from me leaning on it.
It did happen. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Okay, no, you're just in my head. What? Whoa. Wait, sorry, I got it wrong. My head's in you. Yeah.
Just the
yeah.
tip.
Oh wait, how no? That's
Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, this is the best game ever.
You won't be saying that for long. Well, it is because of our fucking voices.
To turn the page?
Sorry. I think I just got to be distracted for a second.
I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet.
Oh yeah.
Alright, get on up. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
Oh, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. This one's a C. It's probably the least I can do.
Oh my god, yes.
Since you've been so patient with me.
Yes. Thanks.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter
volition.
in silence. Volition, a lovely word. That wind scared me. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, the ghost.
You think so? How does she?
Because she's fucking crackers. Well, I guess she's a bit more blunt in a lot of ways.
Like my hammer?
Like James Blunt, if you will. But she also second guesses all of the time. All of the things even that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something fucking wrong. It's not like I could just see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
We both stand up and go to the opposite end of the classroom.
But James Brown?
Yes?
That's probably
What?
a terrible thing to have in common with her, you twat.
Well, that's all really about opinion, isn't it, Yuri?
Blush. Ooh. Ooh. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
I'm a spooky ghost with spooky
Boogie,
sass.
boogie, ghost.
We're just gonna sit around and get fat and sassy.
Oh, God.
Wait! I didn't mean it to be in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know I was subconscious about this sort of thing.
Ooh. Don't.
I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
Ah! What are you saying all of a sudden? I ...
Exclamation mark.
Exclamation.
Okay, everyone.
I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that all right, Yuri?
Why she got toilet roll in her hair?
What, where?
What do you mean, what, where, there?
Oh,
It's
the
just
bow.
rolls of toilet roll, just...
It's a bow on the back.
It's not... Also, how windy is this room? Look at their hair! My God!
You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
Bitch!
Ow! Fuck!
Alright!
I guess I'll... Oh, I'm not going there. I guess... Where am I from again? Oh, yeah. I guess I'll do some reading. Tonight. Or would you prefer me if I only read it when I'm with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be fun.
It'll be more fun, though, to read with you after it fucking picks up a bit, you know.
That's good reasoning.
Thanks.
In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright!
I stand up.
Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Din, 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 din.
Back to Cannibal Corpse. James Brown, the front man of Cannibal
Move
Corpse.
in, now move back. Hands up, hands up. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Oh, now Fred Durst. Wicked.
Yeah.
Amazing. I make a mental... I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then I slip it back into my vagina.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
No, but I clicked the fuck out of words. Yeah! My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so fucking embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really fucking done something like this before, man.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
Oh!
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see fucking falafel. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I
I'm
sit.
burping a lot.
Yeah, he's really fucking falafel. Shit. Natsuki, we're sharing a microphone as well, so it's like proximity. And he's still seductively leaning on me as well. We're gazing into each other's eyes while he looks at me, saying all of these words and things, and then just burps into my mouth.
I'm touching myself.
And I'm wearing a chicken outfit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags.
I'm wearing a sheet.
You are wearing a sheet, but you do have a fine erection. I do the same myself.
Oh, we get a choice.
Yuri, right?
It's up to you.
Me, as James Brown. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri, straight away.
Okay.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Huh? Did I say that out loud?
Yes, bitch. You didn't stutter.
Huh?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face with a ham, with red lines. Deep blush.
Deep blush. Ooh. He's going to hate me. I heard that.
I heard that, bitch. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
It's probably the fact I'm standing here with a knife. Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have?
Very little.
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
No, just being the front man of a black metal band.
Yeah.
All that's written is just the word bleak over and over again, and
Bleak or oblique.
just bleak.
Bleak.
Just the word bleak over and over and over again, and then just like a skeletal tree at the bottom. And then just the word Satan with an upside down
cross for the
a
T. Yes. Oh my god, it's like we once listened to Dark Throne. In fact, no, I'd go for that line I wrote for Kovos, the bleak, cancerous and pale, which was awful. Which, by the way, is still available currently on SoundCloud.
Really? Wow, huge compliment coming from you.
My bones,
They ache.
cartilage removed.
Cartilage removed.
Cartilage removed.
Cartilage.
Star-studded, bloodied and torn.
This is actually my first time. Really, I've never been in a black metal band before.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again and realizes that actually this is probably my first black metal band. ...
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse.
I want your dick.
I will now read the next bit in backslang. Shaky Tragi Sagas Hager Fagan Gager Eger Lagong Vegi Wagers Egan Vegi Pego Egan Eger Zagif Breaking Agit Daygown Wagif Make Sager Agi Breaking Breaky Kaking Agit Daygown Megor Thager Rager Lagi.
That sounds awful. I don't know what the fuck that.
It was what was on the screen. Oh, can you not read too? Oh man, we're friends.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Blush. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate.
Very deliberate indeed.
In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form-fit the two together.
Wow.
The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor Totally changes the manure. The manure.
It's like the manure changes.
Demeanor.
Demeanor?
Her misdemeanor.
I like the music. Doop, doop, doop. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for.
Andy, I just want to say, you really sounded like an expert then. I'm proud of you, man. Yeah, have some falafel.
Oh God, not again. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things.
Like anal sex.
I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback.
I read that as Facebook.
Natsuki can be a little bit biased though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
Fucking right you should be, bitch. It's fine.
I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki.
Do ye mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought processes behind it.
Ah, that sounds fucking fun. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny, lol bitch. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oop, I just joined in.
Ghost under the light.
Appropriate.
Yes, it fucking is!
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future.
Disgusting.
I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
How fucking poetic. Oh wait, it's a poem. ...
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Have you got good handwriting?
No.
So mine looks like a spider has been dropped into ink and then like flicked across a page.
Mine looks like a 3-year-old.
What, you just draw 3-year-olds?
Yeah. It's like stick figures doing the YMCA.
Amazing.
What?
What?
I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well,
I was doing a silly voice, bitch.
I just don't read script very often.
I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I liked that poem, or the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive, as opposed to really descriptive.
Same thing.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. I prefer things long.
Sorry.
Oh my god. No, not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest.
Love.
I want your dick.
If I can be fucking honest, I want yay. Nay.
Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild.
Fuck yeah, we're gonna get some extreme hardcore XXX Yuri action. Sex ghost.
Something
The
easy to
sexing.
digest, I suppose.
Like a biscuit. Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
I am a ghost. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, James Brown.
About the ghosts.
About the ghost.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
You did, you dumb twat.
Ah, that's fucking hurtful, Yuri.
I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
Oh, flame.
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work.
If you had to, would you have really big hands or really big feet?
Feet, because then I would have less problem playing those fucking solos.
That is true.
They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture.
Picture.
In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Woo! Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing.
Nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Fucking right it was. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
Wink, wink.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, just like anal sex.
I'm going to keep doing my best for you, James Brown.
Fucking right you will. Ah, me too.
Right, so who are we going to next?
Okay, so let's, thank the people for listening to part 1 of this.
Oh god, this entire thing is part 1.
So,
It'll be part 1 or part 2, I don't know. It depends how it gets edited.
right, I
But
see.
this first recording session, thank you for...
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for, I don't know, maybe clicking on the link because you've seen us share it on Facebook and then you kind of feel bad for us, so you just want to at least get it 1 or 2 likes or whatever. But, hey, if you do like it, like our video, and then we want to hear your poem. What would you write about?
Write about undershoes.
Write about undershoes. But it's true. Why would you have underpants, but then just keep socks? Because they go under your fucking boots and shoes and shit. Or sandals if you're a cunt.
Yeah. Undercunts.
Right, so you need to write us a poem, but it needs to be set in a fictitious land called Undercunt.
Yes.
And then, for the best
Welcome
one...
to the land of undercunt.
I am Reginald B. Urinsworth, the Mayor of Undercunt.
And for the best one, we'll reward you with falafel.
Yeah. Or a Steam CD key.
Ooh.
But you don't get to pick what it is.
No, you don't.
No, and it'll probably just be a link to a free game. Goodbye!
Or something that I got and I'm like, oh, I have lots of this already.
I don't want this.
Yeah. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye. Dine fire.